Hey everybody, it's Strict9 with Strict9 GP, and welcome to another playoff episode of my Out of the Park Baseball 19 GM Challenge with the Reds. We are now in the Division Series. I've gone ahead offline and played the first two games of the series, and we're back for this one because, believe it or not, we are in a clinching situation in this series. Two very solid games from the Reds, pitching-wise. We won the first one 4-3. Won the second one 3-1. Just an amazing two games. Did not think that we would be able to go on the road and play that well against the Cubs. And the hero of the series so far, aside from the pitching, which has been really solid, is this rookie Eric Ramirez. I talked about last episode. He's got some great individual ratings. This guy has been incredible in the playoffs. 5 for 7, a home run, 2 RBIs. But this last game, game 2, that we won 3-1, the Cubs playing some dirty ball. After going 3 for 3 in the game, no, 2 for 4, I believe, or 2 for 4 in the game with a home run, he got plunked by Diaz when Diaz came in relief and injured him a little bit. And so he missed the rest of the game, but thankfully he's gotten a day to rest and he's back healthy again, so that should be good. But great two games so far in this series, and I don't know if we can clinch it. We're back at home. This is going to be pretty interesting, but what I'm going to try to do is play this game out, and if we don't clinch, I might be able to get a game 4 in here, but for the moment, I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping that we can get by this series. That'd be amazing to get into the league championship against the Cubs. That would be a great playoff run. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not sure who we're going to go with. I don't know who Girardi has pitching this game. It looks like it's going to be Tyler Mahle again, who pitched a good game in that wild card. So I'm hoping he's got another good game in him. But we got Taylor Trammell leading off. He's been pretty good against Albertos for the year. Albertos for the Cubs looks like he's a rookie that they're going in Game 3. We got Winker batting second and playing right. Senzel at third. Gibson center. I know we lose some having him in center field defensively, but got to have his bat in the lineup. Then Ramirez, who's been really hot, he's going to be batting fifth. Scooter Gennett at second. Feliciano playing catcher. And then Simmons at shortstop and batting eighth. So let's go ahead and get it started. Let's hope we got some magic in us for this game. So they're going to be leading off with Ademan. It's 2-2 count right off the bat. And Mahle, I talked about him that last game. He is really in limited play, but he has looked solid in the playoffs when he's gotten a chance to pitch. So that might be his thing. He might be a good playoff pitcher. So that was a weak pop up to center. We got Chris Bryant up, and he hits that one pretty hard. I don't know if that's going to find the gap. But no, Gibson tracks it down there. Pretty deep fly ball. Now we got Rizzo playing the shift to him. 2-2 count, and he lines that one to the gap. Nobody's going to get to that one. So that should be a double. No, he's going for 3, and throw comes in late, so he's going to have a triple. But 2 outs for Ian Happ. It's full count, and he walks him. So we're in trouble early here. It's going to bring up Wilson Contreras, a 1-1 count. And a grounder to Gennett, and he's going to throw him out at first to dodge a bullet there. So bottom of the first, 0-0. Taylor Trammell leading off. Alan Trammell, I think, is a guy you may have heard about from the 80s. Let's see, that's grounder to first, easy out. Now we got Winker up next. And it looks like he's swinging on the first pitch, and he lines that one to first. Rizzo catches that for the out. And now we got Senzel, who's Hitting 154 in the playoffs. Been pretty cold. And a weak pop up to left. And that'll do it for the Reds. Going to the top of the second now. Molly had 25 pitches that first inning, so that's not a good sign. 0-2 count to, he struck him out. That was Jason Hayward. Now we got Addison Russell up, 2-1 count. And that's going to be a liner to Jeanette. He makes the play. So now that brings up the pitcher, so hopefully Molly can get through this inning pretty easily. Pop up. And Simmons is going to get there, so good 1-2-3 inning for Molly. So it's 0-0, bottom of the second. Cam Gibson leading off. And 3-0 count. And he checks his swing and walks. So now that brings up the hot hand, hot bat. Ramirez, 1-2 count. And he strikes out looking. So I hope he doesn't get cold now. Scooter Jeanette up. He lines it to short, and that's going to be a double play. He must have grounded out to short. So no hits for us through 2. And now Stevenson, who's Andrew Stevenson was a backup outfielder for us a couple years ago. He's been the starter for the most part for the Cubs this year. 1-2 count, and he swings and misses. So Molly, for the playoffs, that gives him 7 strikeouts and 9 1/3. Oh, and that's a big hit. Ademan leading off. That's going to be a home run. So the Cubs get on the board first. It's 1-0. Leadoff guy getting a home run there. And Bryant up with 1 out, 2-2 count, and he gets him swinging. And now Rizzo playing that hard shift. Full count, he popped him up. And Simmons is going to get to it. So 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the third. We're going to have to start hitting here. Feliciano leading off. It's 0-2 count. And a little dribbler, and that's going to be an out. Contreras gets to it. Now Simmons, 1-1 count. Weak pop-up to left. Can't get anything going here. Molly now batting a full count, and he swings and misses. And they're going to lead off with Happ in the top of the fourth. First pitch, he lines it to the left. That's going to get down for a base hit. But Trammell gets there and holds him to a single. So Contreras up. Happ has some pretty decent speed, but Feliciano has a good arm. It's a 1-2 count. That's going to be a liner to Jeanette. Makes the play for 1 out. Hayward, who struck out his first time up. A dribbler to the pitcher. He throws to second. They get the force out, so good play by Molly. But Hayward winds up at first, 2 away for Addison Russell, 1-1 count, and he hits it really hard. That could be another home run. And it is 3-0 now. So the home run is the home run ball really putting us in the hole now. 3-0. And Molly's going to stay in there to pitch against the pitcher, and he strikes him out. But pretty tough outing so far for Molly. 3 runs in 4 innings, 4 hits. And we have yet to get a hit. We're back to the top of the lineup. Trammell, first pitch, he's swinging, and he hits that one really hard. And that one's going to be in the seats. So we get a run back. It's first hit, first run of the game for us. So it's 3-1, bottom of the fourth, no out. Now here comes Winker. Looks like they're playing him to shift a little bit. And he walks him on 4 pitches. And they're staying with Albertos. And Senzel up. Senzel would be nice if he could get hot. And that could be a double play. And it is. Senzel just still cold in the playoffs. Hitting 133. And let me look at his career. Let me see his career batting stats in the playoffs. Pretty poor. Just 3 hits and 27 at-bats. And now Cam Gibson up with 2 outs, nobody on, and he strikes him out. So no offense to speak of today, and that's That's got to turn around if we're going to sweep the Cubs here. Stevenson leading off. Molly's still pitching. He's up to 70 pitches. Not too bad, but a little bunt, that's going to be trouble, and he barely got him. Good play from Ramirez to throw him out at first. So one down for Ademan, who hit that home run his first time, or his last time up, and he lines it just past a diving Simmons. So he's going to be on. A lot of speed there on first. Chris Bryant up, full count. Strikes him out. Feliciano throwing, but he beats the throw. So 2 out, but Ademan on second for Rizzo. May want to walk Rizzo, but they pitch to him. Grounder to Jeanette to get out of the inning. So it's still 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We got to get some offense going. Eric Ramirez leading off against Albertos. 1-0 count. And he lines that one to the shift, so that's going to be 1 out. And Scooter Jeanette up. 1-0 count. Another weak ground ball. And throws him out. Russell throws the first in time to get him. Now Feliciano up. First pitch, he's swinging. They're making it easy for this pitcher. But that's a liner down to the left. I think that's going to be extra bases. So Feliciano, the umpire called him out at first. Feliciano hitting 300 now in this series, so good series for him. Let's see if Simmons can have a good hit here. And nope, it's going to be a liner to short, and that's going to do it. Just 2 hits through 5 innings. And now Castillo is coming into the game to face off against Ian Happ. And that's going to be a pretty hard hit ball past Jeanette into right field. So 1 on, nobody out. And a grounder to Simmons to second to first. Double play. We needed that one. 6-4-3. And now Hayward up. It's full count, and he walked him. That brings up Russell. Russell hitting .333, a home run, 5 RBIs in this series. He's been really, really a tough out, but Castillo gets him swinging. So bottom of the 6th now, 3-1. And looks like Barnhart's going to be coming in and playing catcher. I think he's going to replace Feliciano. And he swings and misses. They're still going with Albertos here in the bottom of the 6th. So we got Trammell up, who had that home run his last time up. And he hits him. Man, the Cubs are playing really dirty play this whole series. So Trammell is injured. It's the second time that's happened in this series. And Friedel's going to come in now. Man, that really, really ticks me off. And that's going to be a grounder that gets through the infield, and speed with Friedel on first. He gets over to third. So there's 1 out now for Senzel. Let's hope he can do something here. And he's not going to do it. Another double play from Senzel. So we're to the top of the 7th, and Castillo's still in there. It's a 1-2 count. He strikes out Albertos looking, and now we got Stevenson up, a 1-2 count. Strikes him out swinging. That's what is that? That's 3rd strikeout from Castillo today, and that brings up Ademan, who's been a pretty tough out in this game. And that's going to be a weak pop up to right. It's going to get down for a hit. So Ademan's on base again, and Barnhart's got that great arm. I don't know if they're going to test him here, but it's a 1-1 count with Chris Bryant up, and Bryant, good play by Senzel to get the force out in the inning. So now we got Cam Gibson leading off. We need some offense here. Just 3 hits in the game, and swinging. Alberto's still pitching pretty strong. Eric Ramirez up, 2-2 count, strikes him out. That's 6th strikeout for Alberto's today. Now we got Jeanette up, 2-2, and he strikes out the side. I could see that one coming, to be honest. So 3 up, 3 down all strikeouts. Now Wandy Peralta going up against Rizzo in the top of the 8th, and he gets him swinging, and he's staying in there against Happ. Looks like Happ's a switch hitter. It's a 1-1 count, and that one's going to be gone. So that'll make it 4-1. And don't see the magic in us on this game. And he's leaving him in there to face Contreras, and that's a pretty weak pop up to right, and Winker's able to move in there and get it. And now Jason Hayward, 1-2 count, and he gets him swinging. So another run on the board. It's 4-1. We're running out of outs. Go to the bottom of the 8th, and Alberto's still in there. Gurriel's going to come in to hit for the pitcher. It's a 1-0 count, and it looks like he pops him up to center straight away. So 1 down. Now Osuna in, Andrelton Simmons at the plate. First pitch, he might be swinging, and he lines that one to right for a base hit. So just the 4th hit of the game for us now. Be nice if we could get a rally going, but Barnhart, he's going to struggle, and he takes a walk. So now we got first and second, 1 out, and it's going to be Friedel up, who's playing in place of the injured Trammell, and he swings and misses. So Edwin Diaz up. It's going to be up to Winker to see if we can keep the inning going, and he lines it to the shift, and that's going to be it. So 1 more inning, and we got Lorenzen coming into pitch now against Addison Russell, 2-2 count, and he strikes him out. So 1 down. Kyle Schwarber up, and he's got 3 balls and no strikes. He walks him on 4 pitches. Now Stevenson up, a 1-2 count, and he strikes out looking. So 2 down now. Ademan back up. He is 3 for 4 in this game, including that home run. So 0-2 count, and he lines that one to the gap, and that's going to get down for extra bases, probably score a run. It's going to make it 5-1. And so Lorenzen's staying in there to face Chris Bryant, and he gets him to strike out. But I think the damage is done at this point. 9 hits, 5 runs for the Cubs. 4 hits, just 1 run for us, and that brings up Senzel, who's, gosh, he's just looked terrible. And they're going to Casio, who a guy we traded to Chicago mid-season for a catcher, Rutschman, who's a minor league catcher, probably going to have a good chance of making the majors eventually. But Senzel leading off, it's 2-2 count. And he's going to have a weak grounder to second. That'll be an easy out. Senzel just really cold this whole playoffs. And Cam Gibson lines that one fair, I believe. That's going to be a base hit down into the corner, and he's going to wind up into second. So a double with 1 out, and now that brings up Ramirez. They're going to bring in Brendan Little, a lefty, and it's 2-2. Ramirez is going to struggle against lefties. He strikes out. And now we got Scooter Gennett, same deal. He struggles against lefties, and that's how it ends. Strikeout. Very poor game from us. I'm still angry over that Trammell injury. That's the 2nd player they've done that to this series. You can see just looking at the wrap-up. Ian Happ, 3 for 3, a good game. I think Ademan should be the hero of this game. 4 for 5, scored a run, drove in 2. Alberto's a solid game. He's going to get player of the game. That usually happens when a pitcher has a line like that. 7 1/3, just 1 earned run. But Molly got hit pretty hard early, but this was just a poor offensive game from us. So let's go ahead and finish this one out, and let's see if we got any news on Trammell. And Atlanta sweeps, so they're going to make it to the League Championship Series again. And Trammell just a thumb contusion. He's minimal. It's possible he could get the start in this next game. And we're going to go ahead and play it. I want to see if we can get through this series. This is we're still up 2-1. Girardi is going with Trammell again. Winker, Senzel, pretty much the same lineup we had, but we are going to be pitching Puck, and that could be trouble. And they're going with Matt Andriese. Hopefully our offense gets on track in this game. That's really going to be the only way we're going to win it. So AJ Puck starting off against Ademan. It's 2-1 count. I'm not feeling a whole lot of confidence in this game. And Ademan leads it off with a liner through the box, so that's going to be first base hit of the game. And now nobody out. Chris Bryant. Addison Russell. He's going to strike out. Now it's Chris Bryant. And he hits him. That may have been a little payback. He's not going to be hurt. But one away for Rizzo. And he hits that one pretty hard, and Jeanette fumbles it. So we got bases loaded, 1 out. Wilson Contreras. That's why you don't hit the guy. And a liner. Are they going for... Nope, they went for the force and couldn't turn the double play. So a run scores. It's 1-0. Now Ian Happ up. 0-2 count. And he's going to swing and miss. But we're already in the hole in this game 4, 1-0. And now Taylor Trammell leading off against Andriese. Hopefully we can get some offense going. And he lines that one through the box too. That's going to be a base hit. So he's looking pretty good now in this series, hitting .313. That brings up Winker, 1-1 count, and he lines it to third, and it's going to be a double play. We just can't get anything going now. Senzel, weak pop up to right. I think if I were managing, I think I would be moving Senzel down in the lineup at this point. So we got a hit to lead it off, but no runs. And now Stevenson, full count, and he grounds it to Senzel for the first out of the inning. That brings up the pitcher, Andriese. First pitch, he's swinging. Grounder, the catcher's going to get there, throw him out. So two away. Jason Hayward up now. Full count. And he grounds it to the pitcher. Puck catches it, throws him out. So an easy 1-2-3 inning. And Cam Gibson leading off in the bottom of the second. And he swings and misses. Oh, man. No offense. And a liner, that's going to fall, it looks like. And Ramirez, another hit in this series. He's now hitting .438 in the playoffs. Scooter Jeanette up, come on. Stay away from that double play. He hits it deep, but they track it down. That was almost to the warning track. And so our last hope, Feliciano, with 2 away. And he hits that one to the gap. That's going to get down. And that's going to be extra bases, but I don't think they're going to... No, they're sending Gibson. So, or Ramirez, excuse me. And that ties the game up. So a big hit for Feliciano. He's had a good series as well. So now Andrelton Simmons up. First pitch, he's swinging, and that's going to be a grounder to short, and Russell's going to throw him out. So at least we're scoring early in this game. We go to the third. It's a 1-1 game. Ademan up, and he grounds that one to first, and Ramirez gets it, takes it to the bag unassisted. Now Addison Russell up, a grounder to Senzel, and he's going to throw him out. So 2 up, 2 down, Chris Bryant, and he swings and misses. So we've done a pretty good job so far with Chris Bryant, so that's good. But now we go to the bottom of the third. AJ Puck batting, and he swings. Well, he checks his swing, but he's out. Brings up Taylor Trammell, and he swings and misses. So 2 up, 2 down for Jesse Winker. And he lines that one to right. That's going to get down in the corner, and he's going to make it to second, looks like, for a double. So Winker hitting the ball pretty good. Now it brings up Senzel. It is time for him to get out of his slump, and he can't do it. A dribbler to the catcher, and that's it. I think Senzel needs to be really moved away around in that lineup. So we go to the top of the fourth. Rizzo leading off. It's 2-1 count, and he pops it up to center, and Gibson able to come in there and catch it, and that brings up Contreras. 0-2 count, and he lines that one to first, and Ramirez there to throw him out. 2 up, 2 down. Ian Happ now, and 3-0. I think this should be a walk, and he checks his swing. That's just the first walk of the game from Puck. But Stevenson up now, 1-0 count, and that's a grounder to Simmons. He throws to second. So the Cubs just one hit in the game through 4, but we can't get any offense going. Cam Gibson leading it off. He's 0 for 1 today. It's full count, and he strikes him out looking. That brings up Ramirez. He scored the only run of the game. Pop up to left. Looks like he's going to gets there, makes the out. So now Scooter Gennett, 1-1 count. Man, grounder to the first, or to the pitcher. 3 up, 3 down. Andres leading off, and a grounder to short. Simmons there, throws him out. So 1 up, 1 down. Jason Hayward up now, and he hits that one pretty high, pretty hard to center field. And Gibson able to catch up to it. It's a 2 away now, 8-man up. First pitch he's swinging, a grounder to first, and Puck was slow to get to the ball and throw to first, so an infield hit. And now Addison Russell up. This is where danger happens, and that's a liner to center that's going to move the runner up to third. So 2 away. And Chris Bryant. And it looks like a pop-up. Gibson's playing deep, but he's able to come in there and catch it. So A.J. Puck has done the job through 5 innings, but it's time to get the offense going. And we're down to the bottom third of the lineup. Feliciano up against Andres. It's 2-2, and he swings and misses. That's, gosh, I think that's his 5th strikeout. Now Andrelton Simmons up. He's 0 for 1 today. And he lines that one, grounds it to second. They were playing the shift on him. And now Puck still in there. He's going to swing and miss. So we go to the 6th inning. Rizzo leading off. It's a 1-2 count. And Puck strikes him out. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. Wilson Contreras up, swinging on the first pitch. That's going to get past Gennett and Ramirez at first. So 4th hit for the Cubs. Puck's still in there against Ian Happ. It's a 1-1 count, and he hits that one hard. And Gibson ranging over, though, pretty quick to hold him to a single. So now we got runners on first and second. They're going to bring the infield in, looks like, and Stevenson up. It's an 0-1 count. He grounds it to Senzel, and Senzel just holds on to it. And what that probably means is, I don't know what that means, but that's an infield hit. So bases loaded. I think that's just a glitch in the graphics. He probably ball ate him up there a little bit. So bases loaded, 1 out. Dustin Fowler up. They got the infield in. It's an 0-1 count. And grounder to Puck at first. And that's all they're going to do is get the runner at home. And that was to Puck at the pitcher's mound. Now Jason Hayward leaving Puck in there. 2 away, but the base is still loaded. First pitch, and he hits that one hard. I don't know if Winker can catch it. Phew. Winker able to catch that ball. Thankfully, really pitiful inning there, but we were able to come away with no runs on the board. Puck did a great job. 6 innings, just 1 run. And now we got Taylor Trammell leading off against Maples. And this is where we got to get the offense going. But he's already in the hole, 2-2. And he lines it to left. That's going to be a base hit. So Trammell on base to start the inning. Now Winker up. They're playing the shift. full count, and he grounds that one to deep to the second baseman. They throw him out. That'll move the runner up to second. But we got Senzel up. I'm not really hopeful anything's going to happen here. It's a 2-0 count, and once again, just a pitiful at-bat from Senzel. But for some reason, I guess payback, the pitcher may have hesitated. He didn't throw it to first in time, so Senzel gets an infield hit. His first hit, I think, of the series. And now that brings up Gibson. First and third, one out. We need a deep fly ball here at least, and it's 3-1 count, and he hits it really deep and long, and that's going to find the seats. A 3-run home run from Cam Gibson, and that puts us on the board in a big way. 4-1, bottom of the sixth. We needed that. We needed that terribly. Now Trevor May coming in. Eric Ramirez still just one out. 2-2 count on him though. Let's see if Ramirez can do something here, but he strikes out looking. That brings up Jeanette, who's really having a series pretty much like Senzel. Just 118 in the playoffs. It's a 1-1 count. And pop up, I don't know if that's going to fall down, but nope. Second baseman gets to it. So we put 3 big runs on the board, 4-1. We go into the 7th inning, and now they bring in Peralta. Let's hope he's got some magic in him. It's Contreras leading off, a 1-0 count, and that's going to be a base hit to left, and he's going to wind up going to second on that. And that was Baez. Excuse me, wasn't Contreras. So Baez on second, Addison Russell up. And a pop-up to left. I'm hoping Trammell gets to that one, and he does. So that's going to bring up Chris Bryant. Do you walk him here? Wandy Peralta's still pitching. It's a 2-2 count. And he strikes him out looking. Man, two away now. Rizzo up. And he's going to walk him on 4 pitches. And that's the trouble with Peralta. He can be really wild. And now we've got Contreras up. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Peralta, first pitch, it's a pop-up and foul ground. And great play for Feliciano to get to it. So 7th inning stretch. We're up 4-1. I got to get a drink of water. This has been a nail-biter. This whole series has been this way, though. They're leaving Trevor May in, and we're leading off with Feliciano. I thought... no, he hasn't brought Barnhart into this game. So here we go. 1-0 count, and ground ball to third, pretty much straight at Bryant. So 1 down. Simmons up now. Struggling a little bit in the series, 267. And he swings and misses for 2 away. Now Friedel up, pinch hitting. 0-2 count. And may have been off the end of the bat. And it's going to be an easy out to left. So we go to the top of the 8th now, still just 4-1. Chad Green in. Green has been pretty good in this playoffs for the most part, but I don't know if he's going to be able to close out this game in 2 innings. And he gets Ian Happ to swing and miss, so one down. Stevenson up, and he pops him up. No, it looks like that was just a weak grounder. It says a hard ground ball. Looked pretty weak to me. Simmons is able to throw him out, so we got 2 down with Schwarber up. A 1-0 count. This guy's a home run threat, of course, and he lines it to right. It's going to be a single. So he's in there. First base, 2 away. Jason Hayward up. 2-2 count. And he gets him to swing and miss. So Chad Green comes in, does what he needs to do to get out of the inning. We're still up 4-1, and bottom of the 8th. They got Trinan in here. I didn't know they had Blake Trinan, but they must have traded for him. No, it looks like he's played with a few teams in this playthrough. So Taylor Trammell leading off, 1-0 count. Trammell's had a pretty good game, 2 for 3, and looks like hard ground ball. Russell's going to eat that one. So another hit for Trammell. He's 3 for 4 in the game. So runner on first. Let me see what's might not be a bad idea to send Trammell here, but I don't know if Girardi's going to do it. And they throw the ball away. It looks like it was a pitch out, and Trammell's going to wind up on second anyway. So now Jesse Winker up, full count, and that's a grounder up the middle. That's going to get the runner over. So one down, Senzel up, and they got that infield in. Man, Senzel needs a pretty long fly ball here, and it's a 1-2 count, and he cranks it past a diving shortstop. So finally, Senzel, good base hit for him. That brings a run in, and it's 5-1. And they're going to bring in Brendan Little to face Cam Gibson. 2-2 count. This could be a tough at bat for Gibson. But no, he hits it really deep and hard, and that's going to hit the fence, and that's going to bring in at least one run. He's going to third, so he's going for an inside the park home run. Holy cow. That is the first time I have seen that in game in a long time. An inside the park home run from Cam Gibson, and we're up 7-1. That lets me breathe a little bit easier now. Unbelievable. So Little staying in there to face Ramirez, and Ramirez grounds to second. That should be an easy out. So 2 down for Jeanette. Still got that lefty pitcher in, and Jeanette grounds to second, easy out. But big inning for us. 3 more runs. We're up 7-1. Can we do this? Can we actually get past the Cubs and make it to the League Championship Series? And they're going to leave Green in there. He's going to face off against Baez. 2-0 count. And Baez, another pretty good hit, but Trammell's going to get there in time. So 1 down, 2 outs to go. Here comes Addison Russell. 3-0. It looks like that's going to be a walk. So we got runner on first now. Chad Green still in there. His pitch count up to 20 to face Chris Bryant, a 1-2 count. And he gets him to swing and miss. We've really handled Chris Bryant pretty well in this series. And now we're down to our final out. Rizzo up. It's a full count. And he hits that one pretty deep and hard. That's not gonna end the game, is it? And it is. Mangum in there playing defense, and he catches it at the warning track, and that does it. Cincinnati wins this series 3-1. Unbelievable. So we're going to be in the championship series against the Braves. So our run continues. I got to say, looking at this lineup, I knew we needed some offense. Looks like we got it this game. 10 hits, 7 runs. Cam Gibson, that inside the park home run, that's got to put him player of the game. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, drove in 5. Good game from Trammell, 3 for 4, scored a couple. Puck got the win, looked solid. Didn't expect Puck to even get a start in this series, but he looked good when we needed him to. So great game. Gibson does get player of the game. Go ahead and lead this one now, and still got a couple achievements there. So 2 home runs in the game, and I don't know if that was he cleared the bases. I'm not sure, but great game. So we are into the championship against the Braves. Let's look and see how the rest of the playoffs is doing here. We're gonna get some time to rest too, which is even better. But now I'm wondering if there's any moves that I need to make. Probably not. I mean, if I'm looking at that playoff roster, I could make a move here. I could bring in, say, just to help us offensively, Estrada. Might not be a bad choice to bring in. But who would I sit for him is the question. I mean, Dahl didn't really get. I mean, I could move Dahl around. I mean, am I able to move him around? Let me see. Yeah, so I am going to put Estrada in there for Dahl. I think Estrada gives me a better defense at several positions, good speed. I think he'll be a better choice to have available. And so we're going to be on the road against Atlanta. They're going to have home field advantage in the series, but I'm just glad to be there. So that's looking at the playoff coverage now. It's going to be Red Sox in Houston in the American League, and then the Reds and the Braves in the National League. And we're going to have Weaver going against Colby Allard to start it out. That might not be a good... I'm sorry, I was looking at game 2. We're going to have Molly against Stroman. So the pitching staff's pretty weak. There's no question about that. I mean, Alcantara is pretty good. Tyler Molly. Puck, at least he had that great clinching game against the Cubs, so pretty happy to see that. I have to believe that Atlanta's going to be a much better matchup, but so are the Cubs, and anything can happen in this game. But I'm going to go ahead and do what I usually do. I'm going to sim offline until we get to a clinching situation. Hopefully we'll do the same thing against the Braves. But I'll come back next episode where we'll hopefully be in a clinching situation for the Reds to move on to the World Series. As always, though, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next episode.